4 fingers, only one finger. अगर ऐसे करके बैठने को बोला कि बैठ, ऐसे करके उसको वहाँ पे थोड़ा सा टैप कर दिया और बैठने को बोला, वो बैठेगा. Dogs can be trained by giving treats and guide out. There are two things. When they are hungry and you don't provide them the food, so they can develop two things. But to understand what you want, they will do. And the other, how to show you the threads. We are studying in English Medium School. So we are talking, like, as I said in the prior session, that I will be talking about Khichdi language. Right? Now, dogs are territorial, they are living in the streets. So they understand what language the local people language. Because local people have many habit of talking to the dogs. You might have seen that in the slum area dogs are living. Most of the animals, like dogs, cats, they live near slum area. Why? Because they people have a habit to communicate with the animals. तो बोला तो not 4 fingers, only one finger. अगर ऐसे करके बैठने को बोला कि बैठ, ऐसे करके उसको वहाँ पे थोड़ा सा टैप कर दिया और बैठने को बोला, वो बैठेगा. 2-3
college, but we have also learned that cows and buffaloes milk, like he said. So we also learned about that.
क्या खाते, वो इंसेक्ट्स खाते हैं. अगर वो इंसेक्ट्स बर्ड एक दिन के लिए खाना छोड़, दिस ऑल इज सिंपली द इकोसिस्टम. पर हम लोग हैं, दैट इज डॉग्स. वी फेस डॉग्स द मोस्ट. व्हाई? बिकॉज वी लिव इन ज़्यादा दे दिया. व्हेन वी डू द वेजिटेबल्स, तो कंटिन्यूअसली कैरेट और बीटरूट ज़्यादा दिया, तो वो भी कलर्स हम लोग एडेप्ट कर सकते हैं. ऐसा उनका पूरा बायोलॉजी वर्क करता है. तो पूरा कलर अडॉप्ट नहीं करते, तो उसके हिसाब से इसमें येलो का जितना भी पिंक वाला कलर होगा वो डेवलप करना है. सो इफ द बर्ड इज ग्रे एंड हैविंग मोर कैरेट्स, तो उसको बीटरूट और कैरेट ज़्यादा खिला दिया, तो उसमें रेड फैक्टर आना चालू हो गया. उसका पूरा बॉडी ऐसा है कि पूरा ग्रे है, फेस इज लुकिंग वाइट एंड ग्रे, तो डार्कर ग्रे से जाए, उनकी भी ज़रूरत होती है. और उनके लिए जो भी कोई फैट रखते हैं, this is completely out. We have already gone through the animal health and management program, wherein we talked about domestic animals as well as exotic species. When we talk about exotic species, there were cold-blooded creatures and the normal blood creatures. So today I have iguana to show you. Please bring the iguana, please. See, this is the iguana. It is albino iguana. The way we have melanin in our skin, we already talked about the melanin factor, right? We talked about DNA and gene. When in humans, when we have more melanin, we have darkened color. When we have less melanin, we have the lighter color. And when there is zero melanin, it is known as albino. So here it is the albino iguana. If anyone wants to experience touching it, they can come, but one by one, line wise. They can see their like this is their brain dots. Like here, if we touch, they like it. This is the eardrum. If we touch at the eardrum and pamper them, they like it. And they close their eyes when they trust the person. When they trust the touch, wherein they feel that they won't be harmed, they won't be threatened by us. So that feel is very much necessary. So as I promised that I'll be showing you the iguana, here it is. Does anyone wants to come and touch it? So shall we do one thing? We start with the line one by one. 4 of you first, you come. Come. Say. See, then I have a birds. I have hands feeding chicks to show you. So we will not be making noise because that affects them. After the second bench, the first bench of girls will be coming. So we go this way, right? Jignesh sir, DSLR આપો છે એક્સ્ટ્રા.
ઓકે,
કેમેરો આપો ને અમને બીજો. Girls, if any teachers are also there in the same line, they can always come. We are not to touch the tail because, as I said, that they are lizards. So we are not to catch their tail, otherwise they'll start running. They'll feel threatened, they'll start running, and tail remains in our hand and leads to the bleeding. Iguanas are completely herbivorous. They eat all the vegetables, root vegetables, fruits, wherein the proportion of the food is 30% vegetables, 30% root vegetables, 20% of green leafy vegetables, and 20% of fruits. Eardrum છે એનો. Is not harmful. Why? Because it has started getting different kind of touch, because everyone have a different kind of feeling to while they are touching. So he is just trying to recognize the feel that still it is safe. When they close their eyes, it shows that they trust us. Otherwise, they'll constantly like, what is happening? Anyone else who wants to touch it? All done? Then I have the hands feeding chicks to show you, but that I won't allow everyone to touch it. We will just be showing you that how they are grown. My person will come to you, they'll show the feathers कि वो कैसे develop होता है, उनका coloring कैसा है. You can just have the idea. The species is Conures, violet Conure. See, when they are hand raised, उन्हें पता नहीं होता है कि वो कौन है, उन्हें खुद को नहीं पता. They just feel themselves as humans. They trust us because we are the source which is feeding them. They don't know their parents. These boys are feeding them, so they are comfortable in their hands. The moment they'll try to give someone else, you can just see it. After they'll become alert. They won't come and sit. See, they won't come and sit. Right? Now, if he will give the hand, उसके हाथ में तुरंत बैठ जाएगा. Why? Because they have his habit. तो जो उसे खिलाता है उन्हीं को वो अपना गार्डियन मानते हैं, उन्हीं को अपना पेरेंट्स समझते हैं. Now they'll bring you to you. They'll bring this bird to you. आप देख लो उनका फेदर कैसा है. वो लोग इनसाइड फेदर का फॉर्मेशन, ऊपर से फेदर का फॉर्मेशन, वो सब आपको दिखाएंगे. लोगों विंग्स पण यू प्लीज ट्राई टू चेक फ्रॉम इनसाइड. उसका स्केलेटन आपको विंग्स का दिखेगा जो जब वो उल्टा करेंगे. अमर, यू आर शोइंग देम अंदर थी. Ultimately they are birds. Their nature is to fly. And this is their learning time. We generally keep them in a basket. We daily open them, wherein they learn to fly, but we remain present from hand to hand, from hand to shoulder, from hand to like ordinary dress, anything. So they learn to grip. कि grip कैसे लेना है. Then they start like उनका wing कैसे फड़फड़ाना.
Good morning, my name is Shanvi, and the topic which I found interesting to talk about was nutrition, hygiene and care of animals. It is necessary because it is necessary practice for their health and productivity. Sir, thanks. Basically, animals are divided into two types by their digestive system. One is monogastric and another is ruminant. Monogastric animals have a single chamber stomach, while ruminant animals have 4-chambered stomach. Monogastric animal digests through acid bath digestion method. That is just like humans and dogs. The food is digested at last. Ruminant animals digest by fermentation method. Examples of monogastric animals are pigs, rabbits, horses, even humans are included in monogastric animals. Examples of ruminant animals are cows, sheep, goats, and animals which eat grass are included in ruminant animals. So, next. The fermentation method, the method by which cow digests its food. First of all, rumen is a storage box of cow where the food which is eaten by cow is stored. In rumen, the microbial fermentation method begins. Then the food is the food is transferred to reticulum where large particles are filtered. Then the food goes to osmosum, where water absorption process takes place, and then to embomasum. Here acid digestion takes place, just like how it takes place in a human or a dog stomach. Sir. Hindgut system. Some animals are monogastric, but they still eat grass like horse. They have a giant cecum at the end of their digestive tract, which acts like a mini rumen. The secret which I would like to share is cows ferment their food from front doors, which are mouth. They are called foregut, and horses ferment their food from at back. So the at back door, that is called hindgut. Balanced nutrition for animals. We all know that humans need balanced diet for their proper growth and to take nutrients like carbohydrates, proteins, calcium, such like that. Animals also need a balanced diet for their growth and development. Some of the energy sources which are given to animals are grains and fats for their energy. Like camel can survive for 3 to 4 weeks in desert without having food or water. The fat is stored in their hump. Some sources of protein are legumes and grass. Green grass have a little amount of protein present in it, which provides protein to animals. Vitamins and minerals are also given to animals by green fodder and supplements. And water is a clean supply which is given by humans. Sir. Calcium is essential for growth. We all are given milk for development of our bone. Such as animals also need calcium for their bone development. Primary sources of calcium are milk and dairy products, crushed egg cells, mineral supplements, and green leafy fodder. It is vital for their bone development and milk production. Sir, next. Animal sanitization is really important. The methods of animal sanitization are water spraying, physical cleaning, shade maintenance, and sunlight exposure. Water spraying method. Water is sprayed on animals to clean them. It is like bath, but it is given by humans. Physical cleaning method. We should brush animals to remove the parasites and debris which are present on their body. They suck blood from animal. Shade maintenance. Keeping animals in clean place is really important. We should clean it and remove all the waste which is there in shade. It is there for their hygiene. And sunlight exposure. Sunlight exposure is one of the best sanitization method. UV rays sterilize animals and their utensils or cage where they are kept in. They are sanitized by sunlight exposure. Sorry. Preventive medicine programs such as humans, animals also need vaccines and some care for their health. Vaccines are provided to animals to take care from common diseases like foot and mouth infection, backleg, and specticemia. These vaccines are for their immunization. Deworming, removal of tapeworms and roundworms with appropriate antibiotics every 3 or 4 months is really important because tapeworm and roundworm sucks blood from body of animals. Quarantine, it was common during the corona period. We should isolate newborn animals because they are newborn and they can catch infection easily. Even the animals with infection or which they are sick are kept at different place to prevent disease from spreading. That's all. Daily and weekly management of animals is important. This all animal owners knows, like we should in the morning we should feed water and water animals. Even the health check is important. During midday, spraying and cleaning them is important. Evening, it is time for second feeding and the maintenance time. Record which is kept for the yield milk production and production which animals do. And weekly management is the deep clean and inspection. Thank you. Weekly management is important for the deep cleaning and inspection that the animal is healthy or it needs some medicines or personal proper care. So next, record keeping of animals is important. Like us students in the school, they have school has record of students. Same animals record is really important. It is a unique identification for each animal for tracking their lineage, health history, and productivity. Mainly, there are 3 types of record. First, production record, which is for milk production, their weight gain, and reproductive performance. Health record is for vaccination, treatments, and deworming dates of animals. Financial records are their feeding cost, medicine expenses, and sales data. So, thank you so much. This is all I want to share about nutrition, hygiene, and care of animals.
See, in a very short time, she explained almost half of the course, more than half. Right. So when we talk about the skill development, it is all what we achieve by paying little attention towards our liked field, towards our interest, and the subject for whatever we are interested, whichever finds us good and comfortable learning with. So it is just like, a small courage of doing something or taking an initiative to be present, to take participation is necessary, and you can learn, you can make chapters easy by the same method. This was just the example कि हम लोग छोटा सा कोर्स किया और आधे से ऊपर का तो it was like presentable. Yes, please.
A very good morning. Myself Parvaz Singh, and today I am going to be presenting a digital booklet on my favorite topic, the evolution. First of all, evolution was popularized by Charles Darwin. So I'm going to be presenting on the evolution of animals. Sir, please scroll down. First, we are going to be talking about dogs. The evolution of dogs is a long process. They are the ancestors of the wild grey wolf. And those grey wolves were the most aggressive species or inland species besides dinosaurs. Humans began domesticating them for hunting and for their own safety from the other animals. And over time, the dogs became less aggressive, and they started taking humans as their own owners. Please scroll down, sir. Here, selection. Humans began selectively breeding the dogs, and from those breedings, we have over more than 1,000 species of dogs, and which over time had genetic mutations such as some changes in their structure, fur, or teeth. Some famous examples are Greyhound and Pomeranian. And as I said before, their aggression was reduced because the dogs started trusting humans more. Sir, please. Chickens were feathered theropod dinosaurs, but due to the extinction, these theropod dinosaurs survived. And during the Cretaceous Paleogene extinction, which happened about 66 million years ago, most dinosaurs were extinct, but these dinosaurs were alive. So they started reproducing, and through genetic mutations, small feathered ones started appearing more, and in which the dinosaur de-evolved into a chicken. Evolution is called the new stage, but devolution is turning smaller. Please scroll, sir. Now I have to ask a quick question. How did snakes form venom in the prehistoric times? Snakes had a small body, relatively a larger body, but with small muscles and more bones. So when they needed to eat or catch their prey, they would catch them and make them suffocate them, and then when the prey passes out, snakes can continue eating. But after the extinction, a wild space was opened, which is known as the acacia, and due to that, snakes found difficulties in catching their prey. So their saliva had mutations in saliva, which gave them more protein and some types of protozoans and chemicals. Most of them chemicals that I can call is alpha and beta. I'm going to be giving them these two names. So alpha chemical or alpha venom is a type of venom which spreads faster but has less effect on the animal. But the beta venom has a slower effect in the body, but it is much more deadlier than the alpha. One of the most famous examples for a snake which has both alpha and beta venom is the inland taipan of the Australia, which is found in the Queensland, Central Australia. And snakes are, and after that, the first snake found no difficulty in hunting the animals in the open world instead of the jungle. Sir, scroll down. This one is explained. Venom causes paralysis and confusion, the first ever venom. But as it evolved, the venom caused much more deadlier things, such as the shutting down of the organs or death. Now we are going to be moving to the evolution of us humans. About 300 million years ago, the ancestors of mammals were split from the reptile-like creatures called synapsids. These weren't true reptiles or mammals, but something in between. Over time, a group of synapsids called therapsids began developing mammal-like traits. The legs moved under the body, which gave them better walking. Different types of teeth for cutting, grinding. Changes made them more active and adaptable than typical reptiles. First true mammals. Around 200 years ago, the first true mammals appeared. They were small, mouse-sized, or smaller than a bird. Nocturnal mammals such as owls, which are active in night, covered in fur, producing milk for their young. At this time, dinosaurs were there on Earth, so mammals stayed small and hidden under the ground, surviving in the shadows. After the extinction of the dinosaurs, mammals started coming up. Mammals started coming up and started reproducing. Then mammals evolved into apes, and apes were divided into two sections, which are now known as monkeys and humans. When the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event happened 16 million years ago, the dinosaurs disappeared and mammals rapidly overexpanded into new roles. Some became larger herbivores and some became the predators. Some climbed trees. So as we can see that mammals or the mammals which have been evolved into an ape had two types of the explosion of diversity is called adaptive radiation. Rise of the primates. Around 55 to 65 million years ago, a group of mammals evolved into primates, which is now is a common term for a group of monkeys, like a group of monkeys. They developed grasping hands and feet, forward-facing eyes for depth perception, larger brains, and these traits were perfect for life in the trees. From primates to apes, primates split into many branches. One branch became apes, no tails, more flexible shoulders, and even larger brains. Millions of years later, the group of apes in Africa was split again. This split eventually led into modern apes, chimpanzees, gorillas, and the humans. The humans were known as early human ancestors or hominids. They started walking up straight because when they were crawling, they found difficulty in moving slowly. So they slowly started walking on bare feet, on two of their feet. Next, sir, please go. Then came the Homo habilis, which used tools such as in Stone Age, and Homo erectus, which used fire and migrated out of the African continent. Other species like Neanderthals existed alongside. Each step involved had bigger brains, larger toes, and better functionality and more complex social behavior. Sir, please scroll. Then came the modern humans around 300,000 years ago, which is now known as the Homo sapiens. And they had the highest developed brain and new language and abstract thinking of culture, art, and science. From there, humans spread across the entire planet or the entire Earth. Now, sir, please scroll. So in short, synapsids became early mammals. Early mammals became primates, then apes, then hominids, and then humans. Thank you, and I really liked sharing my experience on this. Thank you.
Thank you, Parvat. That was really a very intelligent act. And I must say that this was a very small chapter, like a lesson for on the evolution, and he really went into a depth of the every species and every creature on the earth, and it's commendable. Thank you so much. Now I would welcome DA. Yeah, please.
Next is their Doctor from 9C.
And I request if anyone is getting out of this room or something, please go from the back side, not from the front where the student is taking the presentation.
Good morning, everyone. Myself Diye Thakkar, and I am here to give a presentation on behavior of dogs and cats. This is a part of Animal Health and Management program, which is a part of vocational training in this summer camp. Introduction. Dogs and cats are one of the most famous pets which are very near to humans, and they share a very emotional bond with us. We understand their behavior, we pet them, we feed them. They take us as their companions and our owners. Their behavior helps us to improve their care because they cannot speak and we cannot understand what they want to communicate to us. That's why this analysis is important for their safety and bonding, to make them feel safe out of the wild. Dogs, as we talked about their changes in dogs. They are social animals. They like to stay with each other, and they roam in a pack if in the wild. They are loyal and affectionate, means if anyone feeds them, they are very territorial. They consider him as his master or as his owner and treats him with loyalty. They communicate with humans. They are very playful, and they enjoy our company. Because we give them food, they don't have to struggle for them, so it is considered as help by the humans. They need our attention and interaction if they are staying with us, because they have less companions outside the wild with humans, so we should talk to them and communicate with them. When we have to communicate with them, we can do it with the signals, and they can be later trained. But when they want to tell us something, they show some body postures or signals. For example, if they move their tail, it shows their happiness or excitement, and if they're alert, their tail does not move or they do not. Barking. Now barking has many meanings. The barking without any tail movement is considered as alert, fear or attention. But if they move their tail and bark, it may be because they want help or they want their food, and they want your attention to them. When they open their mouth or they shout or bark at humans, they might be warning us to give them some space or to do whatever, to stop whatever we are doing, because this is irritating them. Body postures. They when they stand in such postures, it shows that they have confidence and belief on us that we won't harm them. So these postures also decide what they are thinking about us. Now there are some traits of their behavior, like they are playful and energetic. Territorial means they protect where they stay or who they have been feeded. Trainable and obedient. Dogs can be used by the forces to detect bombs or any drugs. So they are very much trainable and obedient to humans, and they can develop separation anxiety. For example, there was one story from Japan. One owner had left his dog at his home and went for a trip, and he had passed out there. But the dog used to go there for many years at the station and wait for him to return. They have a huge bond with us, and if we separate them or we don't give attention to them, we hurt them, they may get anxiety, they may stop eating, and which can lead to their illness. Now cats. Cats are much more different than dogs. They are less trainable, but they have their own behavior, which is also very important. Cat family means cats, lions, tigers, all have different sizes and different eating habits. But here we are going to talk about only the small cats. They are independent. They need less human care and less attention if they are in the wild. less social than dogs, curious and observant, and they have a very good night vision. Prefer personal space. They don't interact much as dogs do with humans. They stay in their own social world. They are playful. Here in the course we had learned that they still get some signals from their ancestors, as they had to catch their prey, the mice, in the wild. So they see their prey in different objects in the household, so they try to chase them, and once they understand that this is not a edible thing, they stop, or they may continue if they like that jumping or chasing. Now communication with cats is a little harder than dogs, but it is very much understandable. We can understand it. When they make meowing sounds, means they want to talk with us, they want to share what are they comfortable or not. There are different tones and sounds they make. Now that purring means a low pitch sound which they make, means they are comfortable or happy. They close their eyes means they trust us, and they can take us as a safe zone. Hissing means they open their mouth widely and show their teeth. This is a signal of fear or aggression, which is common in many animals. Their tail movement, which is not specific but can sometimes indicate their mood. Same with the cats, they are less territorial, as I told you. They have a grooming habit, means they like to clean their body by their tongue. In furry or Persian cats, they need human help, because their fur becomes hard to clean themselves, and it can result in skin issues, which is also continues to irritating behavior. They have hunting instinct even indoors. They do not trust humans that much. If you harm them, they will attack you back. They are less territorial than dogs. They will obey you, but at a lower rate. Some people debate about having a pet, whether a dog or cat. They both are animals, have their own nature and behaviors. So here is a quick difference. Dogs, social and dependent, while cats independent and self-reliant. Dogs are easy to train. They can mix with the human world. Cats less responsive to commands. They like less commands. Possessive and territorial. Dog needs more attention than cats need less attention. Cat need less attention and may get furious or uncomfortable. Even a pet cat may attack the owner or any human if they get frustrated. Animals, they don't have language, they cannot express their feelings. So importance of understanding behavior helps in proper feeding and care, because if we pet them, if we reduce their areas, if we take out them from the wild and bring them into this concrete world, it is our responsibility to feed them and take care of them. This prevents their aggression or accidents. When they are leaving their comfort zone and they are mixing with us, we should take care that they don't get hurt or they get any bad feelings for ourselves. They improve our and their bond, which is very important. If they won't like if they don't like with us, they can get furious and may get uncomfortable, which is not good, because every animal should have a freedom to move and to live happily. And even if they have some illness or any diseases, this helps to identify that, as experts can show the veterinarian, they can tell us that what is the illness or the problems causing in these pets. Conclusion: behavior reflects their needs and emotions. Dogs and cats behave differently, but they both are very good pets to humans. Proper understanding leads to better care, which is very good for humans as well as for them. Responsible pet management is essential, as I told you and explained. So that is all I want to share on their behavior and how they communicate with humans. Thank you.
That's with Helen.
Morning everyone. My name is Helen and today I will be talking about evolution of different pets from how they went from being wild to being with us. First I'll talk about animals that domesticated themselves, and it was not because of us. It did involve us, but it was not totally because of us. Cats and hen, they started interacting with human because of food. When humans started agriculture, because of the grains they store, there were many rodents roaming around the grains for the food. The rodent presence encouraged cats to go and feed on them because wild cats eat rodents. So occasionally they would come and feed on rodents. Humans found it good because that would save their grains from the rodents, and eventually the cats who were less fearful to humans got benefit because they got food, and then by natural selection they got more and more in number. So eventually humans started domesticating them and allowing them to be around them. Talking about hens, they also self domesticated themselves because when agriculture started, we stored grains, and grains are what hens eat. All the modern day hens are actually a part of a colorful, shy tropical bird that came into human settlement for grains, and slowly it bonded well with humans. Originally, we might think that humans used hens for food, but it was not totally true. Hens actually came to humans, and humans use them for their entertainments. They use hens for cockfighting, which is when two male hens are trained and they are sent to fight with each other. It was very famous in ancient Rome and other areas. Now, talking about other animals that humans used and domesticated them: dogs, sheep, and cows. So, dogs were used by humans because they protected them from the predators. The dogs were first evolved from wolves, but they were more aggressive. Humans used selective breeding and bred more and more dogs. And about dogs, their DNA is more susceptible to changes. Even a slight change in their genotype can largely affect the phenotype. So we can see that changing only one gene in their DNA results into a totally different animal breed. So we can see a large variety of dogs, like to this tall to very small ones, but their DNA is not much different, is very much the same. But about cats, we don't see so many different kinds of cat, like they all look the same, because cats genotype and phenotype are like, even more changes in their genotype won't show that much effect in the phenotype. About sheep, originally the sheep had coarse hair because they had to protect themselves from the wild animals, but slowly humans started gathering young sheep and use them for their milk and meat. About cows, ancient cows that were present in the wild were actually 6 feet tall ox. They were very aggressive, but humans wanted them for their milk and meat. So humans used the cows, selectively bred them to be less aggressive and produce more milk. Thank you, that's all.
Thank you so much. Now I would like to call upon any of the faculties like to share their views about students' presentation and how we have taken we have conducted the course. So how do faculties find the course? So any of sir you suggest, or ma'am? If anyone can give the feedback, like being a teacher. Thank you, ma'am.
Good morning, all of you. It was a really wonderful experience to see our small children. For us, they are small, coming and putting light on topics which are not much aware to all of us. It was totally different topics for me also. I've not heard of such topic because I am from a maths field and bio is totally unknown to me. Talking about their presentation, all the 4 students who presented, they did wonderfully well. Their content was too good. Presentation style was also good. We are proud to see that our students are able to use technology as well as the traditional ways of explaining or presenting things. Their confidence level was too good, and they tried to cover up almost all the topics which were related to their topic, and it was overall a wonderful experience for me as a teacher, and I'm proud of you all. Thank you so much. And I would also like to thank Archana Bain for giving this confidence to our students and making them or giving them an open field to work on it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would request Hetal ma'am to call upon the students for their feedback and a general 2-3 minute of like what they have gone through being a student, if they find anything good, some challenges making the presentation, or overall feedback to for the school, for the management, for the faculties who have come up with the course, that this was a first time initiative for the school to establish the skill development course. So I would like Hetal ma'am to take over then. Thank you, ma'am.
It was a very exciting session for these 10 days, and most of the students actively participated and they gave their full attention and full means responsible. Being responsible is very important. So being here and taking the theoretical knowledge as well as the practical hands-on, so that develops their skills. So now I would like to invite the students to give their feedback upon their sessions throughout these 10 days. So may I call upon Dhey?
Thank you, ma'am, for calling me. The one experience which I would like to share is that we got all the basic types of knowledge which we required for this field. Means knowing the animals and having the affection towards them is very much important, which this course has done wonderfully. It is very much helpful for those who want to continue in this field, in veterinary field, and they want to pursue a career in this. We got a very nice idea about all the jobs and all the opportunities which can be pursued here. It was also mentioned in that book, which is very wonderful, because this can be a very good option for those who take biology or even maths and biology in their 11th and 12th, which is very helpful. Also for those who want to keep pets or have pets, this helps them to increase their communication and their bond with their animals. So this program has done really good to the students. Thank you, ma'am, for giving your time and all the knowledge that you gave it to us. Thank you.
I really enjoyed this session, especially in summer camp. It's quite rare for me to stay in summer camp, but this one I felt that there was some kind of importance in this subject, vocational training and animal health care management. I really found it interesting, and You know me, some people know me that I love questioning people, and Archana ma'am was really nice, and she taught us everything that we need to know as per our age. And she really has given us the way, like a lot of new things about the veterinarian field, about the rescuing the animals. It was a really fun experience for at least this summer camp, and I really hope to see Archana ma'am for the next year's summer camp. Thank you, ma'am.
That's a great idea. We also would like to continue it as a subject for the coming year. May I call upon Helen Shah for her feedback?
I will not lie, but I started the first few days of this training to actually get over my fear of dogs. It was great. I actually liked it, and Archana ma'am actually helped me get over my fear of dogs. But then I actually liked it. She also brought iguanas and parrot. It was really great. I don't generally enjoy the theory part, but this one was actually great, and I really enjoyed it. I would like also love to visit her farm in near future. Thank you so much, ma'am.
our Dharmaj Kelavani Mandal, all dignitaries, our guests, and all the students, all the faculties and the parents who is present here. Now, here I am been invited to speak something about the course. The thought of a skill development course has come into my mind because when I started my exotic species pet farm, I was in a lake of labors. There are no good laborers here who are educated enough to handle any kind of animals or birds or reptiles. The other thing, we are very, like we can say that there are number of veterinarians in the world, but very less in Gujarat. We can find the veterinarians only for the farming, like cattle farming and the poultry farming. Other than that, if you have any good species, you don't get the veterinarian easily. Now, coming to the school.
I am here to give you a review on vocational training. I must admit, I was scared of animals and I hesitated to join the vocational training. But Hemant sir recommended me and he encouraged me to join vocational and learn skills. I did, and on the first day, I felt the joy of creation. I only feel the joy of creation when I study my favorite subjects. And vocational training was such a subject which gave me sufficient and good knowledge about how to take care of the animals. I would like to thank the school members and the school facility, especially Dharmaj Kelavani Mandal, for arranging all of this. Second of all, I would like to thank Archana ma'am and her entire team to teach us valuable lessons and build confidence against animals. And I would like to thank Hemant sir for letting me try vocational training. And I look forward to participate in vocational training sessions next year. Thank you.
Animal Health and Management Comprehensive Skill Program 1, which was the pre-foundation of the bond between humans and the animals. This was the introduction to the veterinary field to the students who attended it. All of them enjoyed it, especially when Archana ma'am brought Iguana and the other parrots to the session. All students enjoyed it very well. This program, as far I think, that this can help them to continue in this veterinary field and pursue careers in them. She also gave us introduction to the job opportunities and all the career paths which can be explored after this program. We thank the management committee and Archana ma'am for giving her time so that we can enjoy and get introduced to this field. And we hope to see that this program continues, which is the Animal Health and Management Comprehensive Program 2, next year in the summer camp. Thank you.
Helen Shah, I'm from 12th Science. I also attended the vocational training in this summer camp 2026. I originally started this training to get over my fear of dogs and how to behave when there are dogs, but eventually there were so many interesting things that Archana ma'am taught us in that program. It was about cows, it was about exotic animals like iguanas and macaques which are not found here. It was very interesting and I really enjoyed it. I would like to thank the school authorities for arranging such an interesting program for the students, and also Archana ma'am for teaching us very nicely and making us feel confident around animals. Thank you so much.